So, okay, everybody, this is Freed to Heal. I'm Noreen McClendon, your facilitator. I want to welcome you guys to Freed to Heal. And we've been gone for a couple of weeks, and I'm just glad that we're all here. We came in tonight, but I want to share something with y'all that was a revelation. It's a concept that was a revelation to me on Sunday. And it's the difference between being selfish and self-centered. Yes. I was just saying 2 words. Okay. Selfish and self-centered. Now, when you look them up in the dictionary, they're going to tell you that they are synonymous, that they mean the same thing. But what came to me is, you know how the people use the term these days, your ish, meaning your shit, right? So I'm like, okay, well, if I'm selfish, that means not only do I focus on me and what's going on with me and what I'm responsible for to keep me happy and this, and that, but I'm also, on the other hand, responsible for my bullshit too.
She got a lot of that.
What?
She got a lot of that. Trust me. She tries to hide it. There.
And this is why he don't have no friends now and don't nobody like him. There you have it. That's exactly why he don't have no friends and nobody likes him. You don't have no, you his brother. You didn't have a choice. Yeah. So on the other hand, you see what I'm saying? But your friends you choose, and don't nobody like you neither but him. So, and neither one of y'all don't count. So as I was saying before, the peanut gallery got a little ruckus over here. So what occurred to me is, when I'm going all the way back to the most painful relationship I ever had. One of the things, I never could heal from that relationship until I start looking at what I participated in. When I start looking at my own, what I did, what I was responsible for in that time, is when I began to heal. And because Freed to Heal is about healing, it's about taking responsibility, ownership of your own ish. Okay? Now, on the other hand, if you self-centered, you think, I'm responsible to take care of my own ish, but so are you. Everybody else around you is responsible to take care of you and what you're going through. This is a concept that it's like, you know what, there is a difference there. Because if I'm going to take care of my own stuff, you got to take care of your stuff. Nobody is responsible for your bull but you. If you got insecurities, so let's talk about, I'm gonna use the example of a girl that's that have jealousy issues. Any of y'all ever been with a girl that had jealousy issues?
Can I put both feet
put your hands, your feet, yeah, whatever. Anybody else? So okay. I was gonna say, because I was gonna say only James. Really? I was asking, was anybody ever in a relationship with a girl that was jealous? I was in a relationship with someone else. Okay. So now. Oh Lord! Look. Yeah, he was acting like a girl died. He was acting like a girl being jealous. Okay, now, so what happens when you dealing with a jealous partner? Is, you know from experience, there's no amount of changing your behavior that's going to stop that jealousy. You can adjust, and they still need you to adjust some more. Why? Because the problem ain't you, right? Now, that person would have you to believe, if you would just do this, then I'll be okay and I won't act out like that. But that's not true.
She's trying to blame it on the man. That's like a woman. No, blame it on the man. It sounds like what you're doing.
No, she's not blaming it on no man.
Is this idiot listening over here today? I don't think he's listening. I don't think he's listening to me. What I'm saying is, it don't matter, and I see your hand, it don't matter whether it's a man or a woman. Let's be clear, okay? I just asked because it's predominantly men, if you had ever dealt with a woman that had a jealousy problem. But it's the same whether it's a man or a woman. The jealousy issue is because of their own insecurity. It don't have nothing to do with you. Okay, that's the point I'm trying to make. So when you in those situations with those people, you adjust your behavior, and what winds up happening, it doesn't fix the problem. Why? Because the problem was never you to begin with. They're not willing to take responsibility for their own insecurities. Okay, they're not willing to take responsibility for their failures. I'll use another example. It's like the abuser. He'll tell her after he or she done did something bad, and now their partner's wounded and whatever, and they go, well, I wouldn't have done that if you hadn't have made me. Look what you made me do. Didn't nobody make you abuse nobody. You did that on your own. You're not willing to take responsibility for your own ish. So now, if you selfish, not only do you get the benefits of that, the benefits of focusing on yourself and your needs and your goals and your aspirations and your hopes and dreams, but you also take with that the responsibility for your own insecurities, fears, failures, and otherwise.
Yeah.
And that's the conversation I wanted to have tonight. Are you willing to take responsibility for your ish and be selfish? Okay, because now when you start doing that, then you can grow, then you can heal from something. Because it wasn't until I started looking at, okay, how did dude get so close to hurt me? So how did he hurt me so bad? Because I let him get that close. When I should have walked away, I didn't. When I knew he wasn't serving, when he said that he didn't want a girlfriend and I knew I wanted to be a girlfriend, I should have walked away then. But I thought I could handle it in an open relationship, and I couldn't. Right. I gave him the ammunition and I gave him all my power. I turned over all my power to have what I wanted to him, to try to hope that at some point along the way, he was going to give me what I wanted.
He played you.
No, I played myself.
Yeah,
see, that's the difference.
Yourself.
I played myself. He didn't play nothing. He took what I offered him. And he told me up front he didn't want a girlfriend.
You taught him how to treat you.
I let him do it. I let him do it, as painful as it was. Listen, okay, let me tell you guys this, just as by way of example of how bad it was. This man would come see me on Friday night and bring another woman in my face in Bible study on Sunday morning.
Ooh.
Was that your man?
Listen, he said, he told me up front, didn't want to be, but he dominated my time otherwise. He took me on vacations. He had me on the phone all night. Every weekend I was at his house. Okay. And then at some point, this weekend, I'm not, and then all of a sudden he walk up in Bible study with another woman. See, but how did he get to do that?
You slapped her?
I allowed it. Exactly. And as long as I didn't take responsibility and look at my behavior and why I participated, I couldn't heal from it. As long as I was like, why did he do this to me? Whatever, lady. You participated. He couldn't, why? I got a black eye, not physically, but relative, speaking in metaphor. I got a black eye. Oh, my eye is hurt. He should have never hit me like that. Well, how did he hit you like that? Because you got close. Let him get close enough to do so.
Put your face in his face.
I put my face right up there for him. Look, I gave him my face and said, sock me. Hit me. Okay? And so and make me like it. He's so stupid.
With men, this is something that us men, especially coming out of prison, we have two things that we think about. Well, I'm gonna speak on my eye.
Yeah, get on your eyes.
My eye is, and the eye-ism is this. I had two things that went wrong for me. One is I tried to be Captain Sable, who I put on my face. The second thing was fear of going back to prison, because the fear of going back to prison scared me so much that the woman don't even say that she's gonna call the police, but the insinuation in my mind told me that if she don't get what she needs, she can call the police and I'm right back in prison because I'm on parole. Those are the two things that I had to get over as a man coming out of prison. Was in my relationships first, like I tell y'all all the time, date yourself before you date anybody else. Right. The second thing is find out who you are in society before you can become that person that other person needs.
Yeah.
And that's why I said is the cake. Oh, I want to save everybody, because I want it to be liked by everybody. And not all the time you can be liked without you liking yourself. So first I have to find out who I am in order to like somebody else. And I don't like you either. But but the concept is to really think about, because a lot of times we get in these relationships with these women and we think that we're the men when we was in jail. We wasn't the men in jail. They was being a man and a woman, take care of bills and everything else that you needed. When you came home, you're not going to assume the head of the household. The reason why is because guess what? She's still working and paying the bills and taking care of the kids and all that, while you at the transition just trying to find out what kind of toothpaste you like. Find out what kind of tater chips you like. Because we all know we only had tortilla chips, Ruffles, well, not Ruffles, Lay's, Granny Goose, sour cream and onion, Granny Goose, regulars, and now you're looking at a whole multitude. Toothpaste, deodorant, the tortillas, the fake, these things, and this in 3 years I've been out, July 16th, made my 3rd year out,
Hey.
2020. The first time I have put my feet in beach water was 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
So find out what it is about you that makes you happy and the individual that you are, and do the things that we always dreamed about saying that we was going to do before we can entertain the thought of really entertaining someone else.
And the thing that's important is because what that means is that you're taking responsibility for you. Okay. Instead of like, it's not a good idea to act like, or to try to put the responsibility for your happiness, your hopes and dreams in somebody else's hands. Why? Because they have no business with it. That is between you and that power that operates you. You're responsible for your own happiness, your own likes, all of those things. So be selfish, okay? But realize when you're selfish, that means not only do you get your way, but it also means you're responsible for your own stuff too. And when you fail, then you can't blame anybody else for it either. Okay, I need comments, feedback. Talk to me, people. Somebody.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Wait, okay, so go ahead, Lionel, because you started, and then I'll go to Mr. Steffens, and then I saw your hand back there, Cheryl.
See, my thing is, speaking of what you guys shared with just now, the guy told you he wasn't ready for a relationship. He was being honest, so therefore you kept on seeing the guy, and once she said that, it's like, okay, you're cool with it in his way. I'm playing his part. If I tell you I'm not ready for a relationship and you still come to see me, I would feel that you cool with being with me, what they call that friends with benefits, and we still seeing one another. So yes, he's gonna come with another female because he let it be known that he's not into having a relationship. He's into seeing other people. And, like you said, take responsibility for your own action, your own words. And, you did the right thing. You take responsibility. He didn't do this to you. You did this to yourself, because you allowed this relationship to go on, or friendship to go on, or whatever you may call it to go on. Me, myself, after doing 33 years and stuff, I've met, I didn't meet a female, someone I've been knowing over 40 something years coming in my life. And I tell her, I just got out. I can't, give you no promise about me just being with you because, hey, I got to show my oaks up. I got to see life. I got to see what I want in life because I don't know what I want in life yet. And so I want to go around just checking out other people or talking to other people, but just so happened, I followed my heart. I didn't think about, trying to catch up to my past and all that type of stuff.
But when you followed your heart, did it lead you to her, or did it lead you to somebody else?
It led me straight to her and only her.
Okay.
No one else, no one in between.
Okay.
And so, I tell a person I cannot promise you anything, But I'm gonna keep it real with you. This is how I feel. I just got. I don't think it's fair to me to get out there all these years and be the one person. But at the same time, I follow my heart. I knew what made me happy, and so that what made me happy. Wasn't that she did anything? She would have been there for me when I was in prison because she was with someone else. And so when it comes to a female, a woman taking care of a man in prison, once he get out, it don't make him a man, once he got out. Then because he got a penis, it don't make him a man. It makes you just a person. You treat a person like you want to be treated.
Right.
And to me, it's like you are stepping into her house, but at the same time, she making that house a part of your house too, and you're not there to call shots to make rules. You there to become one in a relationship. That's how I feel personally.
Gotcha.
I ain't gonna never try to tell another person how to run their life and what to do, and I ain't gonna never try to make another person change who they are. I'm gonna accept you for who you are and the things that you did for me, and I'm gonna try to do the same thing you did for me. Is show me that love and give you that love back and treat you like the queen that you are. And
well,
that's me. It's happiness.
It's very, very important that you can't change anybody. If who they are is not who you're trying to be with, that's something that is just not going to work. Even if they can adjust for a minute, eventually whoever the core person is, they're going to be that person. So the idea of changing somebody, it's just not, it's not going to happen. And like in the situation when the guy told me that he wasn't looking for a girlfriend, I didn't think I could change him. I thought I could handle the situation with him.
Okay, let me ask you this now. You said you thought you could handle what?
I thought I could handle seeing him and having him see other people. But what I didn't know at the time was that he was going to dominate my time, the time that I have available. He was going to fill all that up until those days when he didn't want to. So for the majority of the time, let's say it this way.
That's a contradiction. I'm sorry
and it is.
Interject, but that's my point. That's a contradiction. He was contradicting himself.
Yes.
Yes, you put your face to his fist, but he also knocked your ass out.
He did.
Instead of just tapping you in the face.
Right.
It's a contradiction to say that you don't want to be in a relationship that monopolize and dominate someone's life in the status of a relationship.
That's correct.
An absolute contradiction.
It is. You got
two people.
And that was part of the challenge. And that was part of the challenge. So for example, if he came to my house at any time during the week, and he came to my house because he worked nights and I worked days. But if he came to my house and he saw that I needed something, when he came back the next time, he brought it. If I said, for another situation, I got into a car accident, I needed another car, he took on the responsibility to go make sure that I got another car. He took me on vacations. He paid bills. He did whatever, all of those things. But at the same time, he still wanted the flexibility to be able to go and be with another woman when he felt like it. And I allowed that to happen, and that was where I was wrong.
That sounds pretty good.
Let me ask you this though.
Yeah.
Wait 1 second. Wait. I got 3 people talking. Okay, what did you wait? Like Pike wanted to say something.
That sounds pretty good. If she needs something, he paid for it. But yeah, he can go out and mess around a little bit if he wants to.
But see, that wasn't what I wanted. But this is the challenge. This is the challenge that it was for me. I wanted to be his wife. Okay. So I wasn't satisfied with the notion that he was going to be seeing other people. Okay. I thought I could handle that as long as I got what I wanted. I went into it with an immature mentality. What I didn't know, if I was at a stage in my life where I just wanted to play, it would have been fine, right? Because what I was responsible to do was to limit the amount of time and the amount of access that he had to me. I was supposed to limit the amount of access. If you don't want to be my man, then you can't have the amount of time that my man would get. You only get crumbs, dude. And I was letting him have the whole cookie. Instead of giving them the crumbs off my table. I laid out the whole spread.
You got greedy. You got greedy.
Anyway,
wait. You thought you could change that, man.
Yes, Mr. Lorraine, thank you for this topic. That was so dear to me because when I look back on it, selfish and self-centered is what I was. You know, out of the 30 years of doing time, I was looking for this unconditional love. You know, I thought that I could have a utopia euphoria. You know, I thought I could have someone that could love me unconditionally because I didn't, first of all, knew what that was. So I wouldn't know if I was getting it. So
Anyway,
I thought, well, let me think about someone loving me on and on and on and on. And I'm being such a big-headed person that I didn't know what real love was or any kinkling of love. I never had it. I never experienced it. No one never told me that everything was going to be all right. No one ever hugged me or kissed me. So here I am with this idea of unconditional love. I want somebody to love me on and on and on. I didn't know what that was if I had gotten it. And
neither
I
did
would
me.
always go outside of the relationship, putting other women into the relationship to satisfy my want, my need, what I thought, spending money because I wanted to be in control. And I was out of control. And so I learned. I learned sitting back in a cell, 12 by 4, and thought about, well, what is it that I really want? Or what is it that I think I really need? And at this point, I found out that all of the in the tutorial parts of yourself, the deepest part inside your soul, the emptiness where the pain and suffering lies. And so when I started reaching into that and understanding why I hurt, why I did the things I did, why I acted the way I acted, then I said, hey, I understand that now when I didn't before.
And that
So
was
when
your
I look,
ish. That was your
yeah,
ish that you needed to
that
deal
was the
with.
issue.
That didn't have nothing to do
Exactly.
with nobody else. That was your ish. And once you deal with that, then you could be okay.
Yeah, and then I said, now I can understand when I ask for unconditional love, what I'm willing to do for that. And thank you.
That's so important because one of the other things that came to me in this thought was if you focus on being what you want to see and what you want to have, then you can attract that to you, right? The only way you can have whatever you are, it's like when I told the guy in Solano, I said, your brokenness reached on the other side of the wall and found a woman as broken as you because that's what you were attracting, right? But whatever you are, you're going to attract that to yourself no matter what. So you got to be what you want to have. Concentrate and understand, because I had to understand why I thought it was okay at that time in my life to allow this man to monopolize my time and have no responsibility toward me. Well, ultimately, I found out it was because I always felt like in the relationship with my dad that I had to do all the work or my dad wouldn't be there. And in a strange way, that caused me to think it was okay for me to do the work and him to be able to come and go as he pleased. And then also I had a scenario where my mother didn't have men in and out of our household. Okay. So then what I had was I had a blank slate. I never saw the man actually have to be in a relationship with the woman. When I got in my teenage years, my mother had an open relationship with her boyfriend. So for me, I thought an open relationship was okay. What I didn't know is when you dominating and we bumping and grinding on a regular and all of this, and you paying for this, doing for that is good, all of that. And then we had a lot of intellectual conversations that I'm going to want more than that. That's not going to satisfy me. So again, it wasn't even about me thinking I could change him or I was going to make him want to marry me. None of that. Okay. Because the other side of it was what I knew for sure. He loved me to death. Love me. Sure did.
Let me ask you a question.
Come on, come up here so they can see you. Come on.
I just
roll your ass up here. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Roll on up, roll on up. There you go, there you go. Roll up.
Okay. And when did he ever tell you that his plans change to suit your plans. When you
Never.
was intimately telling him what you wanted.
He never did. He never did. Let me tell you what finally, when I decided I had had enough, that fool proposed marriage. He proposed to me. He sure did. Because when he knew I was done, he thought he was going to lock it down, but it was too late. It was too late.
But you taught him
I taught all them years. I sure did. That it was okay to do what he was doing. I didn't require him to do what I wanted him to do. And that's what I learned. But I had to acknowledge my own insecurities about whether he would stay. That's what was the motivation. When you peel back the layers of all of whatever happened or didn't happen, it was my insecurity that said, if I don't do this, he won't stay. If I don't allow him to do it this way, he won't stay. When in reality, the truth is if I had put my foot down at any time during the process, he was going to stay.
Yeah, but you told him it was okay to treat you like that.
I did. Exactly. And that's why
it's acceptable to treat you that way.
And that's why I
Why I tell guys all the time, be careful how you accept the way the woman treats you, because we will get lost in the theory of relationship, the theory of being right in our dealings with the other sex, that we're going to succumb to anything that they request of you. And a lot of times they request of us things in moments of times when we're the most vulnerable. So when you're at your most vulnerable times and stations in your life, that's when you succumb to all the idiocy. But if you stand back and actually be your individual self and stay in your individual self, and actually, if they ask you a question, it's not hard to tell a person, give me a moment to think about it. Because a lot of times we answer questions to things of our requests that's asked of us, and we don't even know what it is. The other half of the time, we're just doing it in the heat of the moment.
People do a lot of that. That's how people wind up in relationships just by happenstance. In other words, they just look up and they in a relationship. I had to go to Cheryl first. Come on, Cheryl, I need you to come closer though so they can see you and hear you. Okay, because they're not gonna be able to hear you from all the way back there.
Come on, Miss
Come on. Okay, here she come, y'all. Here she come. Come on, come on, come on, come on. She coming closer. Roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up. Here we go. Okay.
So
yes, you do.
So I've had the conversation that James has had over the past month, like several times during a week, because I'm around people who come out of incarceration all the time. And what James says makes a lot of sense. We just talked about this yesterday and the day before, how when you come home, as James says, I would not go back to my wife or husband, right? A person, because you've done the work in prison to change. That's probably why you came out. But the people at home have the same expectations of you. They think you're going to do the same thing. They think you're going back. And that's what they're always prepped and ready for you to go back to prison, because they know that's what's going to happen, because they don't know you and they don't know the change. They have to see the change over time, right? And I forgot what else I want.
And even if it's not that, but go ahead.
So I had the same kind of relationship, but mine was with a sugar daddy.
Hello, but sugar daddy. But even if somebody doesn't expect you to be the same, what it is that in terms of you going back, we're afraid. I'm telling you, as the person who was on the outside, there is a fear that you will go back and we will lose you yet again. Okay, so just know that even the behavior, it may not be as a matter of control, or they think you haven't done enough changing or any of that. It's because a lot of it is fear, okay? And we don't know what's happening. You wanted to say something, Pike. Wait, I gotta let Pike talk, because y'all know he always accusing me of not letting him talk.
You know, before I went to prison last time, I hung out with barmaids all the time. Yeah, I was a drunk, a robber, a killer. And then I went to prison for 40 years. Then I come out, now I'm 70. I don't hang out in bars. And most of the women are as old as I am, or but I've been that long without a woman, it scares the shit out of me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, you can say what you want, but you know, you hadn't been with a woman for 40 years.
It's like a fight. Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah, you say it's like a bike. I don't think so.
Well, and that's the thing, because wait, so this is the thing. Okay, so for one man, it's like riding a bicycle, but guess what? He wasn't really riding that many bicycles to begin with. In other words, he wasn't in relationships.
No.
You see what I'm saying? He was doing the hit it and quit. So the notion of and he too old to do the hit it and quit now, right? So now what do? He don't even know. He don't even know how to do that. You see what I'm saying? Because it's not even physically possible to be running around and robbing and running from town to town and robbing bars and hit. No, it's not even possible to do that anymore in his 70s, right? But because I always think about the person that went in as a teenager, 17, 18-year-olds, right? They never had adult relationships.
Right.
They never had them. You may have had teenage love, and love is love, but puppy love, but you didn't have an adult relationship with adult responsibilities. And you don't care about, well, that's clear because you don't have one, right? So this is so it's not a priority, right? But he said he missed the boat to have that.
The analogy is you have the bicycle, but the bicycle's been sitting in the garage.
Right, and the tires are flat.
And the tires are flat. So you have the bicycle, and you know, the analogy of it's just like getting up and getting on the bicycle when the bicycle has laid dormant. Let's say your bicycle's in the garage, but you got your dad or you got someone who's there, who's putting the air in it, who's checking it, who's cleaning it up. But then you have somebody in 40 years, it's been in storage, and then nobody has done anything to it.
Hello.
You have the bicycle, but nothing's happening with the bicycle. So the bicycle is flat.
It's a little lame. It's a little, you know what I'm saying? It's a little, it's not gonna be as fast.
Turn into a stationary bike.
It's a stationary bike now. Oh, okay. Okay.
So that does bring apprehension and anxiety. I'm sure that it does.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes, Di, you wanted to say something? Oh,
What I was gonna say
you got it. You roll up. There we go.
Okay, no, what I was gonna say was it's like when you guys go to jail, first of all, the people that's on the outside, your loved one, your first time you're in shock. You know what I'm saying? You like everything just turned all the way around. Okay, now you've been gone so long. Now when you come home, you take it as we're pestering you, we're bullying you, we trying to control you, we trying to tell you how to do things. That is none of the case. We're still in shock. Because now if you don't call, if I don't see you, if I don't hear from you, I'm thinking, what happened? You got in trouble. Is he in jail? Is he okay?
Did somebody kill him?
Is everything okay? Your brain is working so much to when I do see you, I should be happy, but I'm more like, okay, hey, but I'm not that happy. I'm just happy I know you're okay. That's what I want to say.
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on.
Hold up. Here she comes.
Hold
Here she comes.
But she wrote notes this time. Stop playing, y'all.
Okay. We got notes, y'all. We got notes.
So that was another thing I was gonna say. So the expectations of those who have been awaiting us to come home, your expectation of thinking we're going back has you treating us a certain way too. Because you guys, it's always like apprehensive, just like Di said, that we thinking something's wrong all the time. So that comes across to us like, oh, okay, darn, there they are. Okay. So I mean, it's a iffy thing all the time with everyone. And then that thing about the relationships. Personally, we're too vulnerable, especially those who have been gone for years, too vulnerable to be in relationships, because just because you haven't been touched physically, when you get in there and start having sex and sex feels good, you guys are gonna
Yes,
go
it feels
crazy.
good. It feels good. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna go crazy and think you're in love, and it ain't always that you in love. It's just you ain't been with it is. It's nothing but lust. It's lust. And then you guys fall in love with the first girl, and then
Lies, you too.
oh,
Yes, you fall in
And
love
then
with
reality
girl.
sets in. And
Right.
Then reality sets in.
Right.
You know, once reality sets in, you find that it's more lust than it is love, or it's, you know, it's.
Wait
just
1 second, because I
exact-
want you to say it. I want you to say it where everybody can hear you. Okay. You were saying what now? Come roll up. Roll up. Come on.
Wait, let Tony finish.
Well, she did say what she was saying. Come on. So not all the time. What? What happened? What had happened?
Listen, it's not always about falling in love. Some people got tender clits, some people got tender dicks. Excuse my French, but this is how it goes sometimes. Some people get that first intimate touch and feeling, and it does overwhelm them. But at the same time, it's also how they're being treated and how they're being perceived that they're being treated by that person who they're being intimate with. And it could be a big old lie. It could be a big old lie. That same person you laying down with, giving you that feeling, you could be perceived they loving you and loving on you, but they just getting something out of you real quick and getting on about their business. So it's not always the person that's coming home. You know, they want that fresh penitentiary, fresh, I know you been, and all of this other stuff. So it's not always the person who comes home who falls for the love. It's the person who they're loving, giving them falsehood love and falsehood mixed feelings and mixed signals by giving that love. So you have to be careful. And then like she said, you are what you attract.
Mm-hmm.
If you crazy, you're gonna attract some crazy people.
Trust.
But at the same time, we all got a little crazy in it. So look beyond the crazy, look beyond the pain, look beyond the hurt, because we all got a little of that that's in us. And guess what? If you're crazy and you don't attract crazy, that's a myth in your head, because, and it's cool because the thing about it is when you're attracting what you are, you can kind of know how to deal with it a little better as opposed to something that's opposite and you never dealt with it. You don't have no understanding. Because somebody said that they ain't crazy, somebody said they ain't never been hurt, they ain't dealing with no pain, they a lying ass dog. So get away from them because they not in tune with their own reality, straight up. So that was just my take on that little situation.
Yeah, and
protect your feelings. If you want to get in it and get out of it, that's cool. Do what you do, but be vocal and transparent about that. Don't send mixed signals.
Yes.
Don't act like you want to be in love and be around somebody, because I done did that myself. Being with somebody, be around them, but I tell them, look, I'm leaving my options open. I ain't dedicating myself to you because I ain't even hold myself. So what the hell I look like being 100% to you when I'm not even 100% myself? But you have to be transparent and vocal about that and give the person a choice.
The option, yes.
And the option to say, well, okay, I can deal with that. I could, love on you, provide things for you, or be around you, or give you my time, but knowing that I'm not ultimately not gonna have you. And it's hard. It's hard for some people to do, but it is. A lot of women, it's probably kind of easy for them because it's like they rather be knowing what they dealing with as opposed to dealing with a stalker or somebody that's gonna end up hurting them in any type of way in the long run. So just be transparent. That's the best thing about it.
And I think that's one of the most important things that he said. Whatever you're going to do, be honest about it. But again, that requires you to be responsible for your ish. If you know that you're not ready and you're not healed from your own stuff, that's right, then you got to take responsibility for that. And you got to be transparent about that. You can't put that off on somebody else and act like, well, I would have done this, but I would have committed to you, but that one time we went to dinner and you made me mad, and so now I'm not going to do it. Right. No. Take responsibility for your own stuff. Miss Roberta, I'm so glad to see you. We miss you. You see the gang's all here. Everybody saying hi, Miss Roberta.
Well, no, I see Don.
But I want to say this too. Something that I really want to convey to the brothers and really convey it from the heart.
You're gonna throw it into a couple white guys too.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I'm gonna let the white guys know too.
Oh Lord.
Hush it. Touch it.
Just want to be sure.
Touch it. When I say brothers, I mean everybody. Ain't you my brother?
Yeah.
Now shut up. Don't we look like twins? Shut
Twins,
up.
yes.
My thing is this: be honest, be truthful. You know what you want from the beginning. Be that. And understand that the moment that you're that with them, they'll be honest with you. Because lies can only last so long. Somebody's gonna wind up cracking and telling the truth. In the moment of the friendship, relationship, friends with benefits ship, all them ships gonna sail one day. And don't be afraid to say, I'm done. A lot of us get in trouble because we're afraid not to say we're done. This is not what I want. This is not what I need. Because at the beginning, it's a honeymoon stage. It's all beautiful. Bam, 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 it's good. Bam, 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 it's great. You getting fed good, your clothes getting washed. But after a while, guess what? She's going to revert back to who she was. And now you got to meet who the real she is. And guess what? It may not be who you want. So don't
And
be
vice
afraid
versa.
to say, or she may not want you. Don't be afraid to say no, and I'm done. And actually be done. Don't go back and touch on it 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, because you ain't got nobody else. Be honest about it. Be transparent about it. Like Terrell said, I didn't do relationships before I went to jail at 28. I'm 57, and I'm still scared of relationships. And I don't lie to women. I've been in prison 26 and a half years. I am fearful of a relationship because my wife died. That's a fear of mine. I don't want to get into that kind of hurt again. So let me graduate to knowing you as a friend, and we can have a friendship where that might can grow into something. If it's not, we can stay in a friendship. And I'll be honest with you, my family is here. They're more better friends than I had ever in my life. And I love them to death.
And look, and we all crazy, and he like us anyway.
You just
Tony,
crazy.
you not crazy? Okay. Well,
You're not crazy.
what I said is we don't lie one to another here, and we not letting Tony get away with that. You crazy as hell. Let just the truth be told, we are not letting her get away with that story, honey. We don't lie one to another. Let me tell y'all something. Any and free to heal. Every opinion is valid. The only thing that's unacceptable up in this motherfucker is a lie. And that was a lie.
Tony, you're a little loony.
It was a lie.
You're a little loony, Tony.
Hi, Berta, what'd you say?
I said, Tony, you're a little loony. I got you, but you're a little loony.
Yeah, we telling the truth up in here. What was you gonna say, Miss
This is
Cheryl?
what I was gonna say. So it's a guy. When I took a resident to parole one day. So I met this guy. He went in when he's 17. He came home when he's 49. And I said to him, you know nothing about this world. You don't. And then when we started to be friends, and he would call and he would say something about he want to meet this girl and something. This is the thing I want to let you guys know. You don't even know who the real girls are anymore.
Right.
There are men who look exactly like women. So you need to be careful. You guys need to slow down, wait and see. Because I showed him pictures and he was like, oh, she looks slutty. I said, because it's a boy. And the guy looks exactly like a girl. And that's why you got to be real careful and you don't jump into anything because you be jumping back somewhere.
That you don't have no business, you don't know where you going, okay? So
See?
now,
She sounds like she wanted to hit that.
oh Lord, today. Did y'all
What am I telling a lie? Come
Armando,
on.
come get Pike. Armando, I'm making you responsible right now.
I said you wanted to hit that with that truth you were talking about.
No. Ooh, ooh.
Yeah.
No. Okay, so look. Wait. So listen, this is what I want to do at this point. Is you want to hit him in the head with it? Put a Coca-Cola in there and hit him with it? So this is the thing. So what I want to do at this point, I want to give Brad. Can you hear me, Brad? I want to ask you to unmute, and I want you to give me it. This is called our check out, okay, Brad? This is called our check out, and I'm going to ask you to unmute.
Hell no, I'm getting out the door.
And give me your impressions, your thoughts on the topic, anything that you wanted to express or whatever.
Well, I'm not in a relationship right now, and I'm not in any rush to get in one, but eventually I think it'll happen.
Okay. And what about the notion of being selfish and taking responsibility for your own stuff?
Yeah, it's all about integrity. And making wise choices, partially based on experience and partially based on what, observations and what others have gone through. You learn from others' mistakes as well.
Wonderful. I'm glad that you joined us. Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Wonderful. Thank you. Mr. Steffens. Final thoughts.
Yes, Mr. Ring, I want to thank you for this subject matter because this really brought some clarity to knowing that you've been a fool and knowing that love don't love nobody. But hey, we're here and we're excited, and this topic today just gave me all sorts of buzz, and I want to thank you.
Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. How about you, Miss Roberta? I know you came in a little bit late, but anything we said that you got to add to the conversation?
No, nothing, but I did have a really bad day.
Oh, did you, baby?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. And I wish you was here so we could love on you, okay?
I know.
Miss Roberta said she had a bad day.
Love you. Love you.
We did. It's gonna be okay, Mama. Here.
I know.
All right.
We love her.
We love you, and if you want to stay on after, and we can stay you on and talk to you later, okay? If you want to stay on for a minute, okay? We'll let everybody go, and then you can stay on, and we can you on, okay? Because we're your family. We got you, all right? All right, sweetie. Mr. Gilbert, can you hear us, Mr. Gilbert? I know you working. I don't know if he can actually hear me. Mr. Hall, can you give us any comments or final thoughts?
It was a good subject, and a lot of people made a lot of good points today.
Good. Okay, we hope to see you in person soon, okay?
All right.
I know, but we really do hope to see you, okay?
Nah, I'm gonna come with Mr. Jones the next time you go.
Okay, cool. All right. Thank you. Jones, any final thoughts?
Like Mr. Hall said, I appreciate I appreciate the topic, and I forgot his name. Mr. Stevens. Steffens. Yeah, I mean he just quoted my favorite song amongst all songs of the history of making songs, which is "Love Don't Love Nobody." So that song, is perfect for this topic. And like you guys said, is that like attract likes, you know what I'm saying? And you got to know who you are, and you I guess once I found out who I really am, I know what I want. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm not gonna settle for I'm a compromise, but I'm not gonna settle for less.
Absolutely. That's wonderful. And that's a really valid point, because you got to know who you are. That's the thing. Yeah. A lot of people don't know who they are. They don't even know what they like. I talked to a lady for years, and she didn't know what she liked because she spent 24 years going back and forth to the prison to see her son, and everything was about making him comfortable and make sure he had what he wanted. And then when he came home and he got married to somebody like 2 years before he got out, she was upset because he was seeing about his wife. But that was his wife. She was his mother, right? And I asked her, I said, well, what do you like? Right. And she couldn't tell me. And I said to her, I said, well, you know what? The next time that we talk, I don't want to hear anything about your son until you can tell me what you like and what you want to do with you. Yeah, the conversation about him and his brother is irrelevant. If you don't know who you are, you don't know what you like, you don't know what you want, talking about him and them is never going to get you to the healing that you need inside of you. And that's the truth. Knowing who you are is really, really important. Thank you for adding that. Mr. Bradley,
My brother back there with the blue cap on.
Terrell?
And Pike, I love what they said. And especially my brother back here with the blue cap. He said about the reality of life and what you say, and that's what it's all about. Now, love hurt, but love is a beautiful thing. But once he spoke his truth, I was like, that brother right there, people need to start listening to that brother and backing you a lot more to his word. Don't hear what he's saying, his word, just hear what he's saying, what he's trying to put over to people. And I think he said the things that I need to hear was his truth. Yeah. Thank
you. Sauce.
Right on, brother.
Thank you.
Right on, brother. Right on, brother.
Oscar, can you unmute and tell me your thoughts, sir? Oscar, can you unmute?
Yeah, I just want to say, like, I like that kind of conversation because I remember I used to be really jealous person. I was a insecure person, you know. But I have my ex was very jealous too. But now I learned we need to understand another person. We need to be a different every time, you know. That's all I want to say.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Armando. Final thoughts?
Yeah, Noreen, I appreciate the topic today. Lots of wisdom, insight, different perspectives from everybody. I'm a married man. I fall into that category of. Can you hear me, Noreen?
Sure can.
Okay. I fall into that category. I went to prison when I was 19 years old. Got out at 50 years old. So, and I'm married as a married man. There's a give and take there. There has to be compromises. I come out. I cannot be the dominant. I want this and everything my way. And so for so long in prison, I was a dominant personality. I had that dominant attitude, like in the cell. I wanted things my way, but you have to compromise with your cellies in there. And when you get out here, it's even more of a compromise. You have to sacrifice some things, and you have to know when to give in. And, that's part of being married. 2 Corinthians, I read the Bible, Jehovah's Witness, love is kind, love is generous, love is not, doesn't keep account, love isn't, is not jealous, love is not envious, love is not all of those things. So to me, that's the definition of love, like what the Bible's definition is. If it's not, if it is those things, then it is love. If you want that love, if you want that life, if you want that married life. Single life is also a gift. Single life is a gift too. There's more there. You got all your freedom to do what you want. Like the other sister was saying, watch what you're messing with. Don't get no disease, all that other stuff. But when you're single, you have the freedom to do all that stuff. But I choose to be married, and it's not the same as it was with those little family visits in there. This is the real reality now. You get little snippets in there, but those adult responsibilities, bills, playtime, work time, rest time, all of those things you have to. But a lot of good insight today. It was a good topic, and I appreciate it. Everybody's wisdom and everybody's insight. Appreciate it.
And I appreciated yours. It's one of the things I love about Checkout. Whenever I facilitate a group, is that some of the most profound things in the world come out in Checkout, right? So you weren't talking the whole time with a group or whatever, but you gave some really good input at the end and things that I hope that people can take away from it and walk away from this. And I just want to say thank you for being here. So Pike, I want to give you a chance to check out anything that you got from the conversation. Any last things you want to say?
Yeah, I mean, to be serious, you can't get more love when you get in this meeting here. These are beautiful people.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Open that fat bastard.
Check out.
I just want to say, God bless everybody. Welcome home, Brother Brad, and everybody else. stay focused. We here, and just stay prayed up and think positive. Throw that positive energy to the universe, and know that other people are throwing positive energy to your universe as well. Let them bad days and that negative energy bounce off of you, and keep it pushing.
Thank you.
Again, welcome home to all of you. And like I said, every day it's a new adventure. You learn something new. Every week is something new. Every month is something new. And come down here and see us, you guys, when you can. And then we're gonna start helping you guys to get your birth certificates and things like that, right? So,
Yep.
Yeah, way quicker than they give them to you where you at.
Thank you.
Tonight was a good topic, but just long as what you learned, I just be responsible for self, and everything else will be okay.
Awesome.
Welcome home, Brother Brad. Welcome home, gentlemen. As always, self is better than nothing at all.
Thank you. Madam. The not crazy lady. The not crazy lady. Wink, wink. Wink, wink.
I'm not crazy.
That's your
I'm not crazy. I don't care what nobody says. I'm not crazy. But
Now she can't even say with a straight face, y'all.
But again, the past 7 months have been extremely wonderful for me because of the various perspectives, presenting my perspective from the child of the incarcerated to the spouse or the partner of the loved one of the incarcerated, still dealing with family members that are incarcerated. And so I appreciate everyone's perspective. It gives me a lot of knowledge that a book can't teach you. And so I appreciate the vulnerability that everyone shares here and the spaces that we put all of this information to. And I'm gonna get with you.
She pointed at you, Roberta. So I want to say we're not gonna let Tony bully you. Don't even worry about it, Berta. So listen, because see, Tony is used to being the oldest cousin, the oldest of 26 cousins, and bullying on everybody. But we ain't having that up in here, Roberta. We don't even care, okay? But what I want to say is I want to thank all of you guys for indulging the conversation that we had, and giving your impact, your input, and your honest feedback, and being willing to be vulnerable and share your thoughts and everything. And I look forward to you guys. We'll see you guys next week. I'm going to stop the recording. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You should be viewing us, if you're viewing now, on YouTube. Please leave us comments and leave any comments, topics you want us to talk about in the comment section, and we'll be happy to get back to you. And we'll see you guys next week, okay? All right. See you guys.
Right, Miss Noreen.